Hi, I'm Paul. This is the Musical Mandala, and the theme of this video is the spectrum of safe to risky moves in the context of making a melodic line or improvising a melody. So it's a way of tying together ideas presented in two previous videos. The first video, we took the triad, the root, the fifth, and the third. And there are 7 tones in a key, but 3 tones in a triad, which means that there are 4 unplayed tones that are hiding behind the curtain of the triad. And we tethered each one of those tones to one of the triad tones, usually the closest one, right? In the second video, we looked at the arpeggio, which is the chord tones played sequentially, and the passing tone between each of the chord tones. Now, every move you make in a melodic line or improvisation is relatively safe or relatively risky. What makes a move safe is going from a stable place to another stable place, right? So the root to the fifth is a very safe move. Now, a mid-risk move is going from a stable place to an unstable place. And one thing that can mitigate that risk is not staying very long in the unstable place. For example, if I go from the root to the 6th, I'm going to come right back to the 5th. I'll do it an octave up, like. See, that sounds cool. It's interesting, and I get away with it because I only stayed on the unstable place a little while. It's really like if you were walking on across a river, across big rocks, and you stepped on a relatively small and unstable one. If you just kind of step on it and go right to another big rock, you'll get away with it. It's safe. Keep the integrity of the melodic line. As opposed to if I do something like, and end it there, it sounds strange, right? So that's one way of mitigating risk. Mid-risk is going from stable to unstable. And I mitigate that risk by not staying in the unstable place long. So I come right back to the closest stable place. Another way of mitigating risk is steps versus jumps, or short jumps versus long jumps. For example, if I go root, second root, like, I've traveled a short distance. Even though I've gone from a stable or consonant tone to an unstable or dissonant tone, I've stepped. And so it doesn't feel like a big risk. Yes, the dissonance is risky, but the step is safe. Compared to a longer jump. For example, if I go from the root to the 4th and come back to the 3rd like this, or if I jump even further to the 6th. So I'll do a few of those and just to play around. So there's some mid-risk move. High risk is going from unstable to unstable. For example, from the 2nd to the 6th, like. Right, I do that and the listener's ear has nowhere to land. I'm just going stable, unstable, unstable, unstable. Or for example, I could also go like. Oops. Those are all unstable tones, and it's just kind of disorienting. But again, a way of mitigating the risk is not staying there long. So if I went, for example, I'll go root third, then sixth, fourth, third. It sounded pretty cool. Or I could go root second, fourth, third, like. So I'm just going to improvise for a little bit using these ideas. I'll start really safe, I'll take small risks, and then bigger ones. So play around with this framework, starting with all the safest moves, which generally are going to be moving from one chord tone to another chord tone. Like the root to the fifth, to the root, the third and the root, fifth. And then to be a little bit riskier within the chord tones, I could go fifth, third, root, fifth, and then I'll start introducing risks. And the smallest risks are stepping from a chord tone to the closest non-chord tone and coming right back, like. Sol, sol, le, sol, le, mi, do, do, le, sol. And then finally you can explore the big risks, which is unstable to unstable, like 2 to 6. 1, 2, 6. Which sounds cool, especially if you're intentionally trying to make a little dissonance, like. So there it is. It's a fairly simple idea, but there's a lot to mastering it. And you'll develop a really interesting, compelling network of possibilities through working with these 3 kind of approaches to playing within a single chord, right? The 3 tones of a triad, the 4 tones hiding behind the curtain of the triad, each tone tethered to the triad, playing your arpeggios, chord tone, passing tone, chord tone relationships, the spectrum of safety to risk. Really get these ideas crystal clear in your mind. And remember, listen deep. Develop the capacity to sing and play so that eventually it's your intention that's going to be coming through your instrument. Dum, 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 da, 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 dum, 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 da, dum, 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 da, 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 dum, dum. Okay, have fun. If you have questions, you can put them in the comments, and I will respond to them.